Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my June wrap-up, and I only finished 5 books in June because I hardly read anything the last half of June when I was on vacation, but I'm home now and I'm ready to film some videos and tell you about the 5 amazing books that I managed to read in June. First, I read A Botanist Guide to Parties and Poisons by Khavari, and I did a full review of this, and I'll have that video linked down below so you can hear a little bit more about that book. But on top of the great cover and title, A Botanist Guide to Parties and Poisons, it is a historical mystery that takes place at a university and has a lot to do with botany and poisons. It has a fantastic young amateur sleuth. I also listened to the audiobook for Cell by Stephen King, which was a read-along on Brad Proctor's Discord channel, and this was probably close to my least favorite Stephen King book that I've read so far. I mean, it wasn't horrible or anything, but it was just like pretty generic, average zombie story. And coming off of reading Misery and The Green Mile, which are amazing books, like this one does not compare. It's about what if a virus went into cell phones, that if you use your cell phone you turn into a zombie, and there's a few like survivors that didn't use cell phones kind of trying to survive amongst a bunch of zombies. An interesting take on the zombie genre, but nothing special. Then I read a couple of things for June on the Range. First, I read Dust Devils by Jonathan Janz. This was another buddy read on Brad Proctor's Discord channel. And this is a horror western about a traveling group of actors that also happen to be vampires that go around killing and recruiting. And the main characters in this book meet up with those vampires in New Mexico, and it follows a man who has just lost his wife to the vampires, and a boy that has just lost his whole family to the vampires. And this one started off full force, all of the action and just like tension, dread, just a lot going on, and had a great pace, and I really was rooting very hard for the main characters because the book also made you feel for those characters right away. So yes, this was very good horror western. And then I read a comic book, Pretty Deadly Volume 1. Beautiful. And this is a fantasy western. It takes place in Western times, but it's kind of this folktale or fairy tale like story with pretty unforgettable characters. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to find a page I can show. So like, just to give an idea of Western theme, There's some really beautiful art and very interesting concepts. Some of it was very strange and bizarre and hard to follow at times, but I think I got the gist of it in the end. Wouldn't mind reading some more from this series. And then the last thing that I finished was Joyland by Stephen King, which I did like Joyland quite a bit. I thought it was a really fun story of a young guy working at an amusement park, and there is a little bit of supernatural things, but it is pretty minor, and it's really just a really great story about this kid and his life growing up, kind of growing, becoming a man, working at this place, and the friends he makes. And he had a really great voice. He's just a really good character, and it's really fun to listen to his story told in first person from his perspective. His voice was really entertaining. Those are the 5 books that I finished. If I was reading faster or read at all on vacation other than on travel days, I maybe would have finished these guys. I got halfway through Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry for June on the Range, and I got halfway through the Hacienda by Isabel Canas, which was a book club pick for the Creepy Book Club, hosted by Nightmare Maven. I only read half of it. I was able to go to the live, and that was on the day that I was flying back from Hawaii. I was waiting in the airport, so I might as well. Then I had to leave pretty soon after, when they got to the spoiler parts, because I had not read it. So that's everything I read in June, and I will be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks.